Hey guys, this is Satan Book Reviewer, and this is my first book review. Actually, it's my thoughts on a series. Unfortunately, I do not have all 5 books, but I am reading the series. And as with any series, there's good and bad things, unless it's Twilight and Evermore, because those two series are absolutely terrible. But let me wait a minute. Those two series are absolutely terrible. So without further ado, I bring you my thoughts on the House of Night series. I hope you enjoy. As with any series, the House of Night has its good things and bad things. But unlike most series, or at least most series that were written back before 2006, this series has more bad things than good things. Right now, I have just finished reading Hunted, and I can for sure say that's when it starts to get good. That is like the first time I actually liked reading a book. This book, Untamed, I could barely finish it, and I was really angry. The story starts off with a girl named Zoe Redbird, who goes to regular school in vampirism with a Y. You'll see it spelled out right here. Is when you're marked, and I don't know, I guess you get marked and you have to go to this vampire school called the House of Night, which is where the series gets its name. And then we follow Zoe through all of these adventures of her and her perfect boyfriends. Zoe, in the first 3 books, is perfect. During the 4th and 5th book, I think that's when she starts to develop and the authors decide to flesh her out more, which is actually something I really liked about the series. Like I said, as with any series, there are bad things and good things. But the first 3 books, which most people don't read after that because they're so bad, are terrible. You want to have an excellent first book in a series so people will want to read more. According to Melina Pendulum and the writer from Nowhere, she is a shallow, hypocritical bitch, which she actually is. Unfortunately, this girl has no manners. She's annoying. She's perfect. She has all these elements that she can control that no one else can. She becomes a high priestess. And what do you call those characters? A Mary Sue. So Zoe Redbird, in other words, is a Mary Sue. She's beautiful. She's one of those girls that can call other people hypocrites, and she is the hypocrite because she reads Gossip Girl and she's calling her best friend shallow. I think that's all I have to say about that. So the target audience for this series is supposed to be goth teenage girls. But what turns me off as a goth teenage girl is one of the very first lines in the very first chapters of the book. I don't want to go to the House of Night. I don't want to be a vampire. I don't want to become like those goth kids that have an aversion to baths. Well, obviously she didn't say it in that way, but you know what I mean. And my camera is failing on me again. Stupid camera. Anyway, that just turns the main target audience. I've actually seen a lot of males do the reviews on this book, even though it's aimed toward teenage girls, simply because the way it just describes both male and female bodies is disgusting in so many ways that I'm not even going to explain, and I'm not going to get into detail. I think some of the subject matter is very strong and shouldn't be in the books, simply because it's aimed for teenagers. The House of Night series is also incredibly sexist. And no, I'm not talking sexist toward females. I'm not going to call it reverse sexism because sexism goes both ways. It's sexist toward males. Simply because by calling them idiots, testosterone-filled jerks, nothing but little horn dogs, it's stereotyping, generalizing the entire male population. Yes, teenage boys are filled with testosterone, but that does not mean all teenage boys are perverts. Your definition of pervert may vary from mine, but I think it is incredibly sexist. But what I liked about in the 5th book, Hunted, that Zoe says no to her boyfriend, even though he tries to control her, and that's actually one of the things I like about the series, that it's also showing that women don't have to be controlled by men. Simply because everyone's equal, it doesn't matter who you are. Also, it says, we're all equal to everyone, but yet Zoe calls her homosexual friend Damien gay at least 75 times in the book and makes gay jokes. So I really think this wasn't exactly the most sincere thing I've ever read. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it. I'm going to go listen to some Rufus Rex, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye.